Okay, in this video we're going to look at solving another trigonometric equation. So here's the equation, 3 cosine x plus 1 equals 2. So you're going to have to do what we did in previous questions where you will isolate. So we will subtract 1 from both sides. And then to isolate for cosine x, you would divide both sides by 3. Those 3's divide out, and you get cosine x equals 1 over 3. Now what makes this question different than the previous ones is 1 over 3 is not from a special triangle. This is not a known angle. So you're going to need to use a calculator. You're going to need to perform the inverse cosine of each side. So x will equal cosine inverse of 1 over 3. Okay. So make sure when you do this calculation using your calculator, you have your calculator set to radian mode. So you're going to get an answer, if you do this correctly, of 1.23. So that would be 1.23 radians. Now, we wanted the answers for x in the interval from 0 to 2 pi, so that's one full rotation on the Cartesian plane. Now, cosine is positive in two quadrants, the fourth and the first. Remember, your calculator is always going to give you the answer in the first. So the 1.23 is this angle here in the first quadrant. So that's an acute angle. But there's also this angle in the fourth quadrant, which will have the same related acute angle, 1.23. But in order to solve that, you need to figure out what angle has the same related acute angle of 1.23. And the way you would do that is taking 2 pi, one full rotation, and subtracting that related acute angle of 1.23. 2 pi is equal to about 6.28. So x will be equal to 5.05, approximately. Actually, both these answers would be approximate. Okay, so those are your two answers. Depending on which trigonometric ratio you have and whether or not it's positive or negative, you're going to usually have two answers that you'd be looking for, but they might not both, depending on the ratio and depending on the sign, it would be in a different quadrant, and you have to kind of figure that out based on the cast rule and know what your calculator is giving you in order to get the second angle.